Hello, my name is Mark Sapiri. This is a first video in a series providing an overview of sections in chapters 1, 2, and 3 of the book From Quantity to Number, available at inletbooks.com. This book is the first course in mathematics intended for parents and students interested in a discussion-based math program for their homeschool curriculum. The first chapter covers beginning counting, and it has 4 sections: expressing quantity, how we build numbers, counting by groups of 10, and how to write numbers. The first video features some of the ideas presented in section 1, expressing quantity. We begin our discussion by calling attention to the distinction between quantity and number. This is a useful distinction, as we will see. We use numbers to represent quantities, but we experience quantity all around us every day. We count and measure all the time. We describe the world with quantities. For example, we might see 3 pelicans on the water, 7 seashells on the sand. There might be a dozen eggs in the fridge, a desk that is 4 feet wide, a summer day with a temperature of 87 degrees Fahrenheit, driving through the town at 35 miles per hour, 8 hours to fly across the Atlantic. Quantity comes up whenever we ask the questions how much or how many. And the starting place to answer these questions is to count with what's available. Maybe seashells, maybe blocks, maybe fingers. In this way, we relate quantities we observe to quantities that we know. We simply need to name the quantities we express, with our fingers perhaps. Numbers name quantity. That is, numbers are symbols. They represent quantity, they designate quantity. Numbers are in this, by the way, an example of abstraction. We will build and work with a representation of things we experience in the real world. Students might devise their own set of symbols for quantities. Exercises in the book propose this possibility. With numbers, we are developing a language to help us describe the world of quantities. And in this, numbers are very useful. They will help us to count and to express very big quantities easily, for example, and to work with and combine quantities in many other ways, and also to discover interesting structures and patterns and relationships. We will build a system of numbers to express quantity, but as we do this, it is useful to keep in mind this distinction between quantity and number. It's a distinction that can help, for example, as we learn about numbers. It's worthwhile to notice what is proper to quantity and what is proper may be accidental to our particular system of numbers. And also to realize that we could develop a different system of numbers to represent quantity. Students might develop their own system for counting and for working with quantities. In the book, there are also some examples to this effect. In the next section, we'll discuss how to build numbers. This will be our common system for working with numbers, and it is based in the number 10.